welcome to the MetaDucky making of Brainswork. Part 6, do you know you're being fooled? Also, why David Hume was a schmuck. Welcome back to the Metaphysical Map. Today we are stopping at truth and illusion and self-awareness. Sometimes we know we are perceiving an illusion, and sometimes we do not. Did you know that a movie is actually a series of still images played in rapid succession? If instead of seeing all of these shapes on the page at the same time, you saw one at a time in rapid succession, this would look like a ball bouncing. That's called animation. Sometimes you know you're being fooled. When you watch a movie, you probably know that you're seeing still images in rapid succession, which causes the illusion of fluid movement. When you see a skilled magician, you probably don't know how the illusion is being pulled off, but you're still aware of the fact that you're being fooled somehow. The rabbit was in the hat the whole time. I think we all know that. Sometimes you don't know if you're being fooled. Take a good look at this collage. These four images have a certain interesting relationship, and the reason why is because it's not four images, it's a single image. What looks like a four-panel collage is actually a single photograph just aligned to give the illusion of four separate spaces. Check it out, pretty cool, huh? When you perceive the world, you perceive the truth and you know it's true. You see the world as it really is. Or you perceive the truth, but you think it's an illusion. You don't trust your eyes. Or you perceive an illusion and you know it's an illusion. Or you perceive an illusion and you think it's the truth, meaning you believe something false. Let me introduce you to Smarty Pants philosopher David Hume. He said the following: "All knowledge originates with experience, and all experience is of one's own perceptions. We have direct knowledge only of perceptions, not of what the perceptions are of, if indeed they may be counted as of anything. For the perception stands between the perceiving mind and its supposed real-world object." Whoa. Whoa, dude. Whoa. Mind blown. What is David Hume saying? All of experience is of one's own perceptions. We have direct knowledge only of perceptions, not of what the perceptions are of. So it goes like this. David Hume experiences his perceptions of a ducky. David Hume perceives a ducky, meaning David Hume sees the ducky. David Hume sees a ducky but chooses to be skeptical of his perceptions of anything outside of his own head and thinks this makes him not totally nuts. But he is mistaken. David Hume is trying to argue that we only perceive our perceptions, or maybe even our experiences. But then, what are we perceiving? There must be a reality to perceive, or we would be hallucinating all of the time. David Hume is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yahoo! Why David Hume is cuckoo? That we perceive is proof of the world outside of our perceptions. That we share perceptions gives validity to those perceptions. If seeing, feeling, tasting, smelling, and hearing the world is not direct knowledge of the world, what would be? Smarty Pants? I don't know. We do gain direct knowledge of the world when we perceive it directly and correctly. Come on, David, get your head in the game. What Hume misses about reality. When we are dreaming, our experiences are not linear. They do not follow necessarily from what preceded them. When we wake, we find that only we have experienced the world of our dreams. But we find that everyone we wake to experiences the same waking world, a world governed by rules and laws and cause and effect relationships. Thus we know the reality of the world because of the linear passage of time, the shared perception of things and events, the consistency of places, people, and things, and especially because other people also experience the things, places, and events which we experience. We know what is real because we share perception of them with other people, even when none of us expect to see or hear or feel what we experience. Abraham Lincoln sees a ducky. David Hume sees a ducky. For Hume to doubt his perceptions, he would not only have to doubt the existence of the ducky, but also the perceptions of Abraham Lincoln, and also the existence of Abraham Lincoln as well. Which is more reasonable? To say that because we experience and perceive the same ducky and each other, that we exist and are perceiving a real ducky? Or to say that only I exist, and both you and the ducky, and everything else for that matter, is an illusion? What atheists miss about morality. When confronted with the moral argument for God's existence, some atheists will do a David Hume and try to doubt the existence of objective morals. They argue that just because they experience a real difference between good and evil doesn't mean real good and evil actually exist. But the fact that we experience the same moral principles, even when applied differently, proves that there is a real thing being perceived. Objective morals are not the subjective experience of a few people, they are the universal experience of all people, just as gravity is, or the experience of different colors. That the experience is shared proves that objective morals exist, just as shared experience proves the color blue exists, or rubber ducks. They are not like a dream, they are like the real, tangible world. Okay kids, here's your homework. Learn to think and learn to think biblically. The Bible tells you to love the Lord your God with all your mind and to be transformed by the renewal of your mind. So if you're trying to live the Christian life without thinking, you're doing it wrong. I hope you enjoyed this bit of orange. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And remember everyone, Jesus loves you.